Well, it's a magic book. I mean, a book full of real magic, with spells and curses and enchantments. Only they call it enchantments. Well, they spell it funny, like Chaucer. Well, it's even got recipes with spiders and toads and bat's blood. But it's all real. It's all written out in this spooky old script. It must be 1,000 years old.
I feel like I'm 1,000 years old too. Maybe they should write a book about me. This is Nick the Rat Radio, episode 404. Oh, wow. And it's, what is today? Today is Wednesday, my dudes. September 20th, 2023. Enchantments. Chunkments. Now on episode 403, Nick the Rat had three Voodoo Rangers. Sure, they were 9%, and I did it over the span of 2.5 hours, but for some reason, right after that show, I was puking my little rat tail off my rat ass. So this week we are drinking water. I think that I haven't yacked in a long time, and I was like, it turned me off to alcohol for a little bit. I'll probably be back on the wagon again soon, but for today we're gonna be drinking some water. Oh yeah, and smoking tons of weed too, so don't worry about that. Hey, tonight's episode of Nick the Rat is gonna be a very, very special spooky pooky ordeal. Now, it's still September. I know I'm jumping the gun on the spookiness. But, fuck, why not? I don't care. It's my show. I can do whatever I want. Basically, ha. You could turn the dial to off. I'm waiting. All right. I'm seeing the numbers drop. Okay, there's just one more viewer. It's just you and me now. Everybody else turn this off. You're the last crazy person here. Haha. Oh, wait. I guess it's not true. There's still people in the chat room. There's the sewer chat. If you go to nicktherat.com, you could click on social. Let's get social. And you could click on a whole bunch of shit there. There's IRC chats. There's Discord chats. You could see the ravings of a madman whenever you log in there. If you hop on, I don't know what's going on in the sewer chat anymore. I've lost control. I don't know if it's bots or China or schizophrenia. I have no idea what's going on in there. But there's things going on in there. I'm a participant by gunpoint because scientists are making me do it. It's weird. People are slaves to their social media. It's you think about it, you're like, oh man, you could it's a big bag of meth. Probably you could you might be like, oh, social media, it's so easy. It's really easy, but it's so mind-numbingly brain dead that it's like, why am I even going to attempt this or something? It's like, do I really have to like tell people what I'm eating while I'm sitting on the toilet? Eating, well, edamame. I like to eat edamame on the toilet. It's fun trying to use chopsticks with little slippery peas. Anyway, there's social media is definitely like a mind virus. There's a lot of comparisons between the past and today. And social media is one of them. It's it's kind of, social media is sort of like, it's kind of like protesting. It's like, there used to be people standing on the streets and talking to each other because there was no internet. And then there is people standing on the streets and talking to each other because they all have one thought or something, and they all want to use that one thought to say it really loud together. And then today, people, they get on social media to do that. They just all like, hey, I got this one thought. Listen to it with me and spread the word. Spread the good word that you share with me. Or some, I haven't really thought this thought out very much, but there's something in there. But Adam Curry was right. He was from the future. Elon Musk is if he charges people to use Twitter, it's dead. I think Facebook's already dead. I don't know. I think Facebook is just filled with grandpas and grandparents and stuff. Social media is so fucking stupid. It's people working for companies to make no money. I don't understand it. It's like, oh, I want to make a company and I'm gonna base it on like Instagram or something. Are you fucking stupid? It works. I'm sure it does work. I'm sure there's an audience there that are like, oh yeah, Instagram. I got an Instagram account. But if you don't have like an Instagram account, you try to flip through somebody's Instagram, you have to like log in sometimes, and it's a whole bunch of like bullshit with it. It's not even like what if the platform changes and everything you did is gone and it's stupid. It's like put your treasure in my walled off area. But why do people do this? I could be a TikTok influenza. I don't got time for that shit. It's like oh, a TikTok, you just make like a 5-second clip. Who cares though? Who really cares? I'm not going on TikTok to look at me's on TikTok. I use this show as a way to vent. I don't need short little TikToks to vent or something. I mean, I do the show as a way to entertain. Sometimes vent, though. Water's good. I like water. I always thought it's better with alcohol, though. But it's really good. Hydrate. Drink water. Influenza. It's a weird word. How did influenza get like a yearly evolution schedule? Or it's strange how people will listen to words from other people and they'll just be like, yeah, that's true. He wears a white coat. I don't understand how they people just believe in stuff. I don't understand. Why do people believe in things? Stop believing in things. Relax. If somebody says they don't believe in something that you believe in, just chill. Okay. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter. We all have different opinions and thoughts, everybody. We all do. Nobody should have the same thoughts or opinions on anything. So if somebody has a different one than you, just be like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. You could tell them your thought or opinion, and if they don't say, oh, yeah, well, that's cool too, then just whatever. It doesn't matter. You could also tell them what you think of what they thought. Just don't be too bad about it. If somebody does say something fucked up, you should be like, hey, man, I think it's a little fucked up to say for X, Y, and Z reasons. If you can't tell somebody why something's fucked up in like 5 words or less, and have like a 3-year-old know what you're trying to say, then I don't know. What tonight we're going to be talking about witches. Witches. We're gonna open the phone lines for any witches to call in. We want witches. Maybe we want cybernetic witches. We want internet witches. We want real witches. We want witches. Witches. If you're a witch, give a call in. 917-719-5923. We are going to be talking about a whole bunch of things that witches used to do, and a bunch of things that witches do today, and how it all changed, and the evolution, and who knows what else might happen tonight. Where did hold on. I had this already, and then it gets a little messed up, and then you stop. Okay, we got the first song tonight. It's gonna be a creepy one. We're getting right into it with the Piano Timekeeper theme version 2 by Crystal. Yo! Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. Man, you can find all this music on SoundCloud /like/ Nick the Rat or like, you can look for it. It's good stuff. That was a fun little song there. We should embrace the witches and what they've done. If you look back in history about what witches were, like, let's go back to the fun times. The Dark Ages, The Dark Ages were fucking wild, and it it's a good amount of time away from today, where you could look at it in retrospect and be like, I can't really see it because it's very blurry. There's a couple books, a couple couple people did things back then. There's not really many accounts from a lot of people back then. There's somebody found like a book from some guy in like the 19th century who took a really good journal in Britain, I think in the UK, and I forget the name of that thing. But I was listening to a podcast who were talking about that shit. Either way, witches used to have these things called witch bottles. Yeah, a witch bottle. Now, what was a witch bottle? Oh wait, they were good? What the hell? Witch bottles were they were protective. Oh, they were retaliatory too. See, yeah, witch bottle. I thought they were just all retaliatory. I guess there were some protective ones. I guess if you're gonna be throwing some magic around, you got to have some protection. They would have like things inside of them, like pins, nails, anything like in the Dark Ages, whatever there was back then. Like they didn't have really gross, nasty things like use tampons or anything. There was just nails and sharp things, probably some dirt, anything you could find that sharp, like a broken bottle. You could get like a witch bottle. You could put more bottles into the bottle. You break it, and you put it in there. You'll take shits and pisses in there, and jizz and snot and spit and puke. It was just really gross. It was something you wouldn't want to fuck with. Now, usually they were buried, but they were probably thrown at people. Yeah, it's like a jenkum jar. Imagine getting hit with a jenkum jar. Now that's some powerful witchcraft there. But over time, now witches today, these witch bottles, they're for like protection and love spells. You put some potpourri in there. Some of that like those fairy lights, those LEDs and things. You put a little sand, different color sands. Whatever you want in there, but it's basically what people used to get killed with and for were witch bottles, and the witches were. It was a hard witch life back then. They were dying. They were killing people. Probably there was but today the witches were like, we're not going to do what we used to be doing. Now they're selling stuff on like QVC, having Tupperware parties, probably sharing sex toys and whatnot with each other. I don't know what witches really do today. That's why the phone lines are wide open at 917-719-5923. You could give a call in and set me straight if you are a witch. We're looking for witches that know how to hula dance. We're looking for a witch that know how to limbo. Looking for a witch that...
Dr. Mama Homo's being born. Nicholas, listen to me. I came over to give birth to Dr. Mama Homo, and I'm under a bridge, brother, in Nebraska. Now, Nebraska, weed is illegal, but apparently hemp is rampant. And then under this bridge, I see hundreds of hemp plants. Anyways, I just wanted to give birth to Oh yeah, Dr. Mama Homo. You gonna give some more Dr. Mama Homo's coming out? Oh yeah. Oh, he's so cute. He's brown. He's brown and squishy. Dr. Mama Homo. Okay, circumcise them, boys. Quick. Hey, that sucks, but, hey, it's the thought that counts, really. Actually, no, sir. It's the love that counts. The thinking is irrelevant, sir. Love can use thinking to express its meaning or to build a bridge to meaning, but thought by itself is meaningless, sir. Understand this important concept? Understanding may use thinking or words for communication. But thinking by itself is monotonous misery, sorrow, fear. And thinking doesn't lead to love. Thinking doesn't lead to understanding. Where thinking is, understanding is not, sir. I spell in I C K. That spell right? That spell right?
Yeah. Is I don't know, my brain just turned off there for a second. I don't know. I think when I hear harmonica, my brain just goes zoosh. We should think. I was thinking about the is this a curse? Is history doomed to repeat itself like the first curse that was ever there? Like at the start of the universe, before there were even possibly witches, was there was the first curse history repeats itself, and like right after that it got bigger, that repeat time. Like first there was just that one thing happening where it's like this is going to repeat, and then something else happened after that, and then it goes back to the first repeat, and then it starts to loop, but it gets bigger and bigger. Is life just like a loop that adds one thing to it each time and then goes back to the start? I don't think that's probably. Maybe it's real. I don't know. Well, let there be witches, I guess. If you're you could call about anything if you want, though. You don't have to be a witch. We're also looking for warlocks and magicians for children's birthday parties, especially if you come cheap. Always looking to see magic in the bedroom. We're gonna listen to a song by Alex Coogan called "Climbing to Nowhere." Welcome back to Nick the Rat, everybody. Witches probably worked. Witches probably had a good deal back in the day. There's probably like a shitload of witches out there. Fucking making potions and brouhahas. Flapping their titties, sucking dicks and shit. Having all these little crazy orgies in the woods. And their magic probably worked too. And people were probably going to them and be like, you know, I got some fungal infection between my toes. What you got? They probably have some like sassafras or peppermint. Fucking sprinkle that shit on there. Nobody wants to be around no sassafras or peppermint, especially on your toes with fungus. That shit's getting out of there. So they probably did a whole bunch of good stuff for a lot of people back in the day. There was probably, you know, little kids getting sick and parents just not wanting to be around and throwing the kids out the window and like some witch catching them, saving these children, giving them some witch titty milk or something. I don't know what they were doing because there's probably no history about any of this. Things happen. There's so much that happened before there were even books that who knows? Who knows what was going on? There might have been cities of witches. Jeez. Well, it was probably cool back then too, because everybody died when they were like 20, right? If they were lucky, they would reach 20. So you couldn't look that haggard. You know, there was no old people, because the old people would be all dead. It'd be like say you lived in the dark ages and you couldn't have, you had like, you were like, once you had like 30, you probably had no teeth and broken everything because there were some diseases and gout. Who knows? I don't know, but maybe the witches, maybe the fucking witches were making people healthy and they were living long in time, or who knows what was going on. And then one day there was some rich guy that probably came up and was like, and he saw that these witches were doing all this good shit for people, like curing headaches or colds or, you know, the flu. And then this rich guy was like, hey man, I need a witch. And they're like, well, we don't really want to give you our witch because she's good for the community. She's helping us out. She's doing things in the woods over here. Like, who else is gonna dance naked around us in the shower while throwing flowers at us because we have a headache or something? I don't know what they do. Just saying that's probably what witches did. Maybe. I'd like to think so. But yeah, and this rich guy was probably like, well, you know, I got a lot of money. I just need to give me a witch. And then the people were like, no, she's our witch. And then the rich guy was like, well, I got this army here. There's like 50 guys with sticks behind me, and they'll hit you. And they're like, all right, fine, here's our witch. And then, you know, everybody's like, well, it's fine anyway, because she could do anything. Like Harry and Sally over there, they were having trouble in bed, and the witch helped them out. So I'm sure whatever this rich guy's problem is sure it's gonna be fine. You know, we'll get our witch back in no time and a lot of money, and the guys with the sticks are gonna leave. Whatever money was back in the dark ages, salt. They had salt. Fucking a witch. Isn't that the saying? Like a witch's tit covered in salt is better than a bush. Something. I don't know all the sayings. I know a few of them, but I don't know all of them. And you know, sayings change. That's why, like vis-a-vis, or was it hasta la vista? That search engine. That's Latin, or Germanic. Is it Germanic or Latin? It's not of this earth though. Yeah, and the rich guy was sort of like, yeah, it's fine. And then he got the witch, and then she's like, all right, what do you need? Rich guy with sticks and salty sticks. And he's like, well, I got a dead kid here. Look, my kid's dead. Yeah, he was riding a donkey, and the donkey slipped in human feces, and my child is dead. Here's a dead kid. And she's like, I'm not a necromancer. Help you have another kid. I'm still, however old she was, 17. She's almost dead. She's like, you know what? I could pop out one. Already had about 40 other kids. And then he was probably like, you know what? We're going to burn the witches now. And that's probably why, witches started getting killed and stuff. Because, there was probably, one angry guy with a dumb request. One bad apple. It always just takes one fucking jerk off to ruin everything. That seems to be a history repeating itself thing. It's like everything's cool. One jerk off comes around, and now we all have to suffer. Like the whole planet, it spreads from that one person. It's like they're like a portal, like an asshole portal of just shit, and the shit spreads from them, and it just always happens. It just takes one person. You'll see it if you ever been to school or something, and you're sitting in class. And class is going good, you pass the notes and all that, but then one asshole do something stupid, and then it's like, okay, well, now everybody has to put their pants on, it's really upsetting. How it just takes one person to ruin it all. Yeah. Let's listen to Pulse by 58 Meters South. Sometimes it just takes one good song. All right, everybody, we're looking for e-tarded witches to give a call in. We're also looking for donations, which you could do at this is the donation segment. We have to change camera angle here. The don't the hold on. There we go. The donation segment. We got a P.O. Box at Nick the Rat Radio 90549, Brooklyn, New York 11209. You can send stuff there. I got a letter here, which I'm probably not going to be able to open very well. So I'm not going to even try very much, but I'm going to try just enough to get it open. Hi, Spooky R. We got, whoa, this is the one, 666 from Dr. Sir McCrotch. Best spooky donation and booze. Thank you so much there, Dr. Sir McCrotch. $69.69, dude. How do you do? You're a crazy doctor. Thank you so much for that. You could also donate by going to nicktherat.com and clicking on something over there. There's like a donate button. You click that, and if I can donate, it's a button there. Let's see if I can find a thing. Here we go. I'm so prepared as a host of a live show. So prepared. Very prepared. I am. So prepared that I was able to say all those words while I was searching for donations from PayPal. When I read the donations for PayPal, I do the initials and then the amount. And if there's any note, I'll read that too. And if you put a note there, I'll read it. All right, the first donation is from IC. IC gives $4.20. Thank you so much, IC, for helping make Nick the Rat Radio happen. IC 420. IC did not send a note. IC, I thank you. We also have KR. KR with 420. KR, thank you. KR, no note. KR, send note. KR. ICKR, send note. 420. Thank you. I feel like one of those NPCs now. Thank you. KR. IC. Glizzy. We also have, whoa, this is a big one. $30.69 from IH. That's a big one. That's a big glizzy. No note. Is the note machine broken? Thank you so much for $30.69. IH. I love you. Guard. You could also donate by going to twitch.tv/nicktherat or something over there. I don't really know. But you could. I don't know what I'm doing. We got I'm pretty high. We got Trey from Philly resubbed for 1 month at tier 1 when they've been resubbed for 21 months. This happened 52 minutes ago. Go team. Go team. And finally, thank you so much, Trey from Philly. Whisper at your boy. Sorry, I missed you in the city the other day. It was really rainy that day too. It was a fucking downpouring. Also, if you have a new podcasting app like Podverse, you could smack some Shitoshi up into my hole. I don't know what I just said, but I think it means something. Let's see if I got any Satoshis as well. That's another way you could donate to the show. I have to look for sats. What is it called? Sats? Let's see. Somebody did send. Well, this is a big one from Servo. 33,333 sats. Rat. Code. Glizzies. Gulp, 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 gulp. Glizzies. Sewer glizzies. I think that might be a new product that we have to come out with. Covered in mayo and sludge. Thank you, everybody, for donating. We shall continue on with the show. Oh yeah, this is a synthwave by Eric Scherter. I can't. That's a weird name there. Eric Sturret. Eric Sturret. Synthwave. like that one. Doodle-it, doodle-it, papa, skip-a-da-poo-doo. What's going on, Dug It Up? What's going on, Meet Us? What's going on, chat room? Spooky, Bushy, etc., Ducky, Trey. Yeah, if you're in the chat room, I'll dox you. Say your internet names. You know who you are. Let's check out the phone lines. If you're a witch, if you're a wild witch from the east, give me a call, 917-795-923. Maybe this was, I don't know, maybe let's see what this is.
Hi, this is John.
Hi, John.
And I was calling to talk on the show. I got a Mr. Miyagi with me. He likes to talk to Nick Direct, too. He's a cat, but he can communicate pretty well.
Cool.
He's pretty famous. He's a yes-no cat as well, because who else doesn't want to talk to Miyagi? He's a life guru. I'm a life guru. So, yeah. We can talk.
Hi, John and Mr. Miyagi. That's a pretty cool cat name. Here, Miyagi. It's okay. No, it's not. What do you call him for short? You can't call a cat Miyagi. That's 3 syllables. It's midnight in the sewer. Holy shit. It is. It should just smack me out of nowhere. It's late night radio, everybody. It's midnight in the sewer, Eastern Standard Time. Things are going to get freaky. Witches are going to be showing their boobs on the stream if you're watching this. Full areola coming out. Witches, I ordered about 20 of them. So they should just flood in. So just watch the video. They'll be flooding in, I'm sure, any moment now. Miyagi is too long of a cat name. Miyagi, Mimi. You probably call him Mimi or something. So if he's fucking shit up or pissing in your shoes, you can't just go Miyagi. I guess you could. I guess 3 syllables isn't so hard. I've seen harder.
Hey, it's me, Kevbot. And I'm calling on 9/11/2023.
You are.
21 years after you blew up the World Trade Center.
Well, you know.
This thing still recording? All right, this is Kevbot. Don't forget, don't mix this voicemail up. 9/11/2023, 6 p.m. The day 20 years after you blew up the World Trade Center.
Hey, come on, man. You know, Mr. Harmonica Man probably gives a wicked cunnilingus. Just listening to him play that harmonica makes me wish I had a vagina, so he could eat my Subway sandwich like all sloppy like, mayo flying all over the place, like muck spraying. I could see him doing that. I'm sure after a night with Mr. Harmonica, I mean Kevbot, and his harmonica, the walls would be covered in all sorts of sticky. Anyway, let's listen to one more voicemail here. 917-719-5923. Give me a call if you're a sandwich.
Hey, Nick the Rat, it's Kevbot. Sorry I didn't answer last week, but you can call me again this week, and I will answer, I guarantee you.
Oh,
I was in the hospital. I've got a kidney stone.
Oh.
You want to talk about holistic stuff and, like, witch doctors, things like that? I'm down, because I would do anything to get rid of this pain, dude. Later. Call me back.
If you're a witch that knows how to get rid of kidney stones, call in now at 917-719-5923. Hey.
September 7th, 1963. This one's called Fuck Dr. Sir Microtch.
Whoa. Let's listen to a song before we hear that one. Let's listen to Sparkling River by Mono Volono. What the hell? Mon Violin. Yeah, let's relax a little bit. Let's take a little break before we hear that voicemail. That was a great song. These here witches, they've been around longer than you think. I've been doing some research before the show, of course. Cersei was considered to be the first witch, and this first witch was in Greek mythology. Do you know how long ago Greek mythology was? It was longer than Greek mythology is before the Dark Ages, right, scientist? Yeah, way before the Dark Ages. It's right. What? Who wrote the first Greek mythology? Who wrote the first Greek myth? There we go. Who wrote that? When was it wrote? When was it wrote? When was the first Greek myth written? Yeah, there we go. When was the first Greek myth written? Let's see how smart we are. Around 700 BC. What's around? There should be give or take. It shouldn't be around. It should be like, between 800 and 600 BC. Dark Ages. When was Dark Ages? Was like 5? When was the Dark Ages? Why don't these silly motherfuckers just turn on the light switch? 476 was the Dark Ages. Jeez. These times are... I'm happy I don't live back then. How did they cut their nails? Grindstones and shit? Or did they die before their nails get long? So Circe, seriously, was the Greek myth? Yeah, she was she was just like a sorceress. She was like some D&D stuff. That's weird. D&D is probably like more real to people in 700 BC than what's going on today. Because they'd be like, yeah, dragons and fucking half the D&D shit comes from Greek mythology. Snakes and shit. So D&D might just be like doing it again, like it's the history repeating itself. Maybe we're on that type of cycle right now. There was Greek mythology, and then now there's D&D, which is pretty much Greek mythology again. Well, everything's Greek mythology. Everything is just repeats of those goddamn stories, like that spider spinning that web or some shit. I don't know. It's an illusion. It's like the Matrix rebooting. It's like, oh, okay, here's this. Okay, well, we'll give you a little bit more, but here's the same thing again. All right, we're gonna add a little bit something. We're gonna change it, but here it is again, the same thing. All right, now you have to plug it into the wall, and it's the same thing again. Don't worry, this time you don't have to plug it into the wall, but it's the same thing again. I guess the cool part is it never really gets boring. Like, did you know in the Bible there was a witch? I didn't even know this. And she fucking summons dead spirits and stuff. That's like D&D shit right there, too. It's Saul. Better Call Saul and the Witch of Endor from Lord of the Rings. And team up. And they talk to, maybe when they say they were talking to Samuel's spirit, maybe they meant like Samuel had like liquor or something. They got drunk off of Samuel's spirit, who knows? Not me. But we definitely have somebody on the line that knows, calling us from north of the South. Caller, you're on the line.
Hey.
Doctor?
Hey, Nick.
Doctor?
You're on the line.
Nick the Rat?
Doctor, do you think it's okay that I smoke some more weed?
Hold on one fucking second. You're smoking weed? You're smoking weed while you're talking to me?
Possibly. Because I think I'm really high. I'm hearing like an echo or something. And I know my doctor would never call in and be close to the radio like that.
I don't have a radio.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's how high I am. I'm having
I have a
reflections.
quantum broadcasting system. It's like the fucking things of witchcraft. It's unbelievably badass.
Have you ever used a speech jammer?
Like, as in, like, cock jammed into your throat? No, I've never done that.
Or a
Have you
Benoit
ever
ball?
had a cock jammed in your throat?
No, I had the speech jammer where it's basically it replays what you said like a couple of seconds after you said it.
Okay.
Did you ever do one of those?
Yeah, no.
It makes it impossible to speak. You can't speak. It really does speech jam.
I guess I could imagine the fun that would be if you were sitting alone in a sewer waiting for the scientist to call you. Oh, the scientist. They called me the other day.
They did?
So we found Diane. I'm sorry, Nick.
Where'd the bucket go?
Well, Diane, she's a witch. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
She's alive?
Worse. So one of those junior scientists, I called him. What the fuck is an intern? I call them juniors. Anyway, so he felt it was wrong that we kept her trapped in the bucket, and he dumped her in the flow of the sewer. I yelled, no! Don't fucking do it! But apparently that was too many words because that junior scientist had already been ethical and fucking dumped it before I got to the point. Because I'm like, no, Nick, the rat will be very angry at you if you dump that bucket in the sewer flow. And apparently he'd already done it like 7 times before I finished saying that fucking sentence. Anyway.
That reminds me of a Star Trek episode. When they put Odo in the... when he reconnects with his people and they put him in the water. What was that?
Did they have the same long delay? Like, oh my God!
Probably, because Kira was hitting that, and she was like, "I don't want to let go of my shape-shifting penis." No, he was afraid.
Not again! This sandpaper hurts my cock. No. Anyway, hey Nick. So there I was down the ways from the junior scientist dumping the bucket that we really need the bucket for the time machine anyway. So I'm kind of glad that it's empty now. But yeah, I'm lost I'm at a loss for words, Nick.
That bucket is property of the sewer. We need that back.
It belongs, yes, the sewer and the sewer scientists. We stopped the procedure, and Diane became one with the sewer for a moment in time. This is where the shit gets spooky. Nick,
yeah.
We're approaching Halloween.
Yeah.
This shit gets crazy, man.
What gets crazy?
The junior scientist dumped that bucket without blinking. He dumped it, thinking he was some kind of a hero, freeing Diane. I will tell you that witch bubbled and gurgled in the sludge.
The Great Link, the founders and the Great Link, that's what it was. Took me
twice.
I had to find that. That was driving me crazy. Yeah. So Odo gets
So
poured
her
out of a
sleek,
bucket
nude body
into the Great Lake.
jettisoned up from the sludge. All that shiny shit sparkling on with the urine. And anyway, she grabbed that junior scientist and drug him into the sludge with her. There was nothing any of us could do as we watched the current, gravity-fed sewer. Anyway, we watched the current bubble and gurgle as the two of them disappeared from any sight.
Are you going to give me back my
Nick,
bucket?
We will give you back the bucket, but we really need to replace some fucking light bulbs in the sewer. We could not see that shit as it was about to happen. We could have superseded, interceded or stopped the shit from happening. But damn it, Nick, these budget cutbacks have really caused a damper in the sewer.
Well,
We're like hurting for. I mean, we need some ventilation.
It's
we
fine.
need some
We're
lighting.
about to get some money down here.
mean,
They're going to start moving migrants down here. I'm getting a big paycheck.
Well, as long as you cut them a nice hole to deposit the waste in, so they don't fall in and join the team,
Do you have the bucket with you now? Can you put the bucket on the phone? I want to make sure it's still there.
Nick, why do I do this? Well, Nick, we don't have the bucket no more.
Fuck Dr. Sir, my God. Fuck Dr. Sir, my God.
Calling from west of the West. Hello, caller. You're on the line.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, is this Nick the Rat?
This is his doppelganger.
Oh.
And if I had sex with Nick the Rat, it would be a doppelganger gangbang.
Are you going to video it?
Yeah, and we're going to make a Dr. Seuss book out of it, too.
Nice.
How are you doing tonight, caller?
I am, I am doing. I can't really say how, or more accurately, I won't say how, but I am doing.
Well, you can't say how unless you are Indian or you will be locked up.
I'm part.
Well, then say
Indian.
how all you would like.
And well, I can say part of how. I can say ho.
I could say
or woof. How you been, man? You doing good?
I am going crazy, I think. I've been going pretty crazy lately.
Pretty crazy, just because of how things are out in the world, or something.
Yeah,
something going on. Is it? There's a video game driving you crazy? Because right now, SimCity 4 is driving me crazy.
You just got to do that the hack. You press the start button, then like LR XY. You get all that money. Infinite money code.
Is there an infinite money code for SimCity 4?
Maybe. I'm thinking about Super Nintendo SimCity. That was just SimCity 1, I think.
I think that was SimCity 2000 on the Super Nintendo.
Have you ever played City Lights? What is that shit called? City Skylines? City Skylines?
I have not. I've had it for like 3 years, but I've never played it because of the time involved in going through the tutorial city.
Like, I just want to put some industry next to some commercial and see some residentials getting big. That's all I want.
And then watch people get mad at me for too much pollution. And yeah, no, that's I've got it, but there's a new one coming out. So like, I'm like, why do I even want to play the old one if the new one's coming out? I'll just skip the first one
My
and
problem
play
with
the new
City
one.
Skylines is like there's 5 million fucking DLCs that all cost like $20. It's like,
Oh,
just give,
is the base game worth playing though? I mean, is it
it's
without
pretty,
the
it's pretty
DLC?
big, and you can get it for cheap and all that stuff. It's fun to just a little fuck around
Right.
in, but it's no Sim City.
So I was at a pawn shop today, and they had a sealed, brand new copy of Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo,
Ooh,
and they wanted $300 for it.
was it graded and like in a plastic box?
No, and it honestly, the plastic wrap on it did not look like original plastic wrap. I think somebody got over on the pawn shop.
It's crazy how people are selling these old games for a lot of money. It's history repeats itself.
Yeah, like I'm not getting rid of anything now. I went to get the new, not the new, it's like a remake of the a re-release of the Advance Wars game. So I was going to get it on the Switch, and I was like, I think I've still got those on my 3DS
Those are probably
or
worth money.
DS or whatever they came out on. And I went and I was like, I couldn't find it. So I was like, let me check eBay. I'll just get the DS version. It'll probably be real cheap. No, it was like as much as the re-release. But then I found my copy. So
Well, the only sane thing about all this is there's emulators now, so you could
Oh,
play
yeah.
you can play the game and do it for free. You don't have to have the actual
Yeah.
cartridge, but
and you can play those obscure games like the Barbie NES game.
I'm playing that one right now.
It's ridiculous. You should play it on stream. It's ridiculous.
I might. I've been playing too many other. I've been playing Payday 3 lately.
I've never played any of the Payday games. Are they similar to GTA?
No, it's not. It's like first you're doing like missions where you can't let cops see you, and like you break into a bank and you steal stuff without people knowing. But if you get caught, it turns into like a horde shooter game where you just massacre endless waves of policemen.
That sounds fun.
It's a fun game. Yeah. Been playing that, stealing diamonds from jewelry stores with 3 other friends, and then killing cops all night.
I've been playing Magic the Gathering Arena.
Ooh.
And I like, because I've always liked playing Magic, but I was like, it's prohibitively expensive to play at the local stores. Plus, you have to go to the local stores and smell the people that go to the local stores.
Oh yeah.
So, the online version, appealed to me. And you also, as you play, you get free packs. So that's half the fun right there. So what do you got planned for Halloween? You doing some spooky stuff in the sewer?
I'm going to be covering the walls with mayonnaise and see what grows.
Huh.
I think it'll bring dead people out of the walls. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do for Halloween. I'm gonna carve up some pumpkins. I'm gonna watch some scary movies, and that's about it.
So the pumpkin we carved up last year.
Yeah.
We actually no, we painted it. We didn't feel like carving it up, and I tasked my daughter with putting it in the trash can outside once it was not Halloween anymore.
Yeah.
And she set it next to the trash can, and then like it didn't get taken, so I just brought it back and set it next to the house near the bush and forgot about it, and then I just found it again, and it was completely hollow, and I was like, oh cool, we've got our decoration for this year.
Huh.
There's a big hole in the side, and boom, it looks all decrepit and spooky. So
there might be
no
things living in it
fuss.
though. Just be a little bit.
I looked. There's nothing in there.
Okay, because
it's just a gourd.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. God, you're a nerd. Oh, you should fill your pumpkins with mayo, so when the neighborhood kids come around and smash them with
You reach their
baseball
hands and they
bats.
get a handful of mayonnaise.
Just,
That'd be just terrible. Almost an innocent prank, but not innocent enough. If I stuck my hand into a pumpkin full of mayo, I'd be miffed, to say the least.
you could do that. You could do that to the kids that come around for candy. You could have one jar and 2 jars, one with candy and one with mayo. And like they can't see what's in the jars because they're wrapped all up. And you just say trick or treat. You have to pick one. Reach your hand in and grab a handful.
I'd get my sewer egged. It'd be horrible. And set it on fire and come back with pitchforks and stuff. Caller.
So what's
We're
Yeah?
talking about. We're talking about witches tonight.
witches?
Did you know there were witches in the Bible?
In which book?
In 1 Samuel.
1 Samuel. Okay. What's the exact verse? I'm going to read this thing for you.
Let's get this verse. Is there? There's. I can probably find the verse here. It's the story tells of King Saul seeking the witch of Endor to summon the dead prophets of somebody else's spirit.
Okay. Samuel 1, 28:3 through 25. All right. Now Samuel had died, and all Israel had lamented over him and had buried him in Ramah, his hometown. In the meantime, Saul had removed the mediums and magicians from the land. The Philistines assembled. They came and camped at Shunem. Saul mustered all Israel and camped at Gilboa.
He should have mayoed it.
Should have mayoed it.
He mustered it.
When mustard, I hardly know her. When Saul saw the camp of the Philistines, he was absolutely terrified. So Saul, why page unresponsive? I didn't ask it to do anything.
You just did a
Whatever.
spell. I tricked you.
I guess you sent me one of those cookie spells. So Saul inquired of the Lord. I'm not seeing anything about witches. Find me. Here it is. So Saul instructed his servants, find me a woman who is a medium so that I may go to her and inquire of her. His servants replied to him, there is a woman who is a medium in Endor. Isn't Endor in Star Wars? So Saul disguised himself and put on other clothing and left, accompanied by 2 of his men. They came to the woman at night and said, use your ritual pit to conjure up for me the one I tell you. But the woman said to him, look, you are aware of what Saul has done. He has removed the mediums and magicians from the land. Why are you trapping me so you can put me to death? But Saul swore an oath to her by the Lord. As surely as the Lord lives, you will not incur guilt in this matter. The woman replied, who is it that I should bring up for you? He said, bring up for me Samuel. When the woman saw Samuel, she cried out loudly. The woman said to Saul, why have you deceived me? You are Saul. The king said to her, don't be afraid. But what have you seen? The woman replied to Saul, I have seen a divine being coming up from the ground. He said to her, what about his appearance? She said, an old man is coming up. He is wrapped in a robe. Then Saul realized it was Samuel, and he bowed his face toward the ground and kneeled down. Samuel said to Saul, why have you disturbed me by bringing me up? Saul replied, I'm terribly troubled. The Philistines are fighting against me, and God has turned away from me. He does not answer me anymore, not by the prophets nor by dreams. So I have called on you to tell me what I should do. Samuel said, why are you asking me now that the Lord has turned away from you and has become your enemy? The Lord has done exactly as I prophesied. The Lord has torn the kingdom from your hand and has given it to your neighbor David. Since you did not obey the Lord and did not carry out his fierce anger against the Amalekites, the Lord has done this thing to you today. The Lord will hand you and Israel over to the Philistines. Tomorrow, both you and your sons will be with me. The Lord will also hand the army of Israel over to the Philistines. Saul quickly fell full length on the ground and was very afraid because of Samuel's words. He was completely drained of energy, having not eaten anything all the day and night. When the woman came to Saul and saw how horrified that he was, she said to him, "Your servant has done what you have asked. I took my life into my own hands and did what you told me. Now it's your turn to listen to your servant. Let me set before you a bit of bread so that you can eat. When you regain your strength, you can go away." But he refused, saying, "I won't eat." Both his servants and the woman urged him to eat, so he gave in. He got up from the ground and sat down on the bed. Now the woman, with her well-fed calf at her home, that she quickly slaughtered. Taking some flour, she kneaded it and baked bread without leaven. She brought it to Saul and his servants, and they ate. Then they arose and left the same night. So there you go. Yeah.
There's
Did a
witches
little-
in there.
Did a little seance.
Philistines. I think there's Philistines today running around.
Is there? That's like from Philadelphia, right?
Yeah. Frankenstein from Philadelphia. The Philistinians. That's the Bible sounds pretty fun to read. It sounds like an action adventure, a young teen novel or something.
Oh yeah, it's got some good stuff. Got your love triangles. You got your smiting, stuff like that.
Who does not like to get smote? I'll take one. Oh
So
man.
like if you do some smiting on your show, is that just like when you hang up on the Zoom call? Is that what smiting is?
I doth smite. It's true. And the Amalekites, they were killing Jewish people or something. It looks like.
Yeah, looks like a whole little skirmish over there.
Yeah, and then God vowed to
Over
blot them out from under heaven. Wow. I didn't know.
Yeah,
he
did you ever
sent
hear
an
the
airstrike.
Bible story about the guy who stabbed the king while he was in his chamber, and he was so fat that they couldn't find the knife because it was in between his fat rolls, and then the assassin was like he had alone time with the king and he stabbed him, right?
Uh-huh.
And then apparently the king had a toilet built into his throne. So like when the assassin went out to the guards were like, he told the guards, he was like, "Hey man, he's taking a dump. You don't want to go in there." So they waited for like a couple of hours before they went in there and saw that the king was dead and the assassin was long gone.
Wow. So he took it. I want a throne with a shitter. That's impossible. There's no way he had a throne with, because if a throne is like a big chair, and back in the day there was no sewers. Were there? No. So if he was, it must
Well,
have
you
smelled
cut a
bad.
hole in it, and if he's the king, you cut a hole in the throne, and you have some
Like a
chick
pan
under there
or
with
something?
like a dustpan catching
Yeah.
it.
All right, you got a point there. Okay, I was thinking like there's a like a fucking water and a bidet in there or something. It's
No,
wrong-
it's
wrong
you're,
time.
you're overthinking it. It's
Yeah.
just in a bucket.
Yeah.
Probably a hollowed out pumpkin that somebody forgot to throw away.
Was it you? Did you stab him? The win. UFO.
I'm all kinds of bad when I drop on the beat.
You wanna hate on me, I'm like, so what? You won't say a word when I show up.
City of the dead. The living dead. A cursed city. Where the gates of hell have been opened.
You've got to. You must reclose those gates.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special broadcast. Dunwich police authorities have declared a state of emergency, effective immediately within Dunwich County. All citizens are requested to return to their homes as quickly as possible. In case of necessity, contact this station, Radio WDWC. The telephone number is 825-9881. All urged to remain calm.
Did you see, when you were in this trance, did you see anything besides that tombstone?
Oh, yes. I saw a priest who, by hanging himself, opened the gates of hell.
She's still here. She's still in the house. No, she's in here. I know she's been in the house. I don't want to see her anymore. Gary, get her out, please. Tell her to go. She's in here. Do you hear her? They're worms.
Guess what? It's All Saints' Day.
A demanding, implacable enemy whose search for blood is never satiated.
Fuck Dr. Sir, my God. Fuck Dr. Sir, my God. Fuck Dr. Sir, my God.
Yo, this is Tommy Aberici, owner of Tommy's Arcades. Thanks to your support, we are expanding. We've been here in the sewer a few years, and she's been good to us. I mean, we haven't made a dime, but the weird-looking scientists have hooked us up with some science. Technology. We got pinball, karaoke, dancing demon, whack-a-mole, bowling alley, gymnast, tiki bar, a half-decent cold sauna, drinks, chicken strips, discretion, cleanish bathrooms, burritos, and so much more. Yeah, we got machines down here. I don't even know what they do, so come on down. You check them out. Are you like pool? We got one pool table, but you got to get here early because some asshole kid has been hogging it. Talking 6 or 7 re-racks, this kid, so get here early and you show that piece of shit that we're expanding our space or our minds. You'll have to come down and find that we are expanding. If you're booking parties or other reservations, give us a call. 917-719-5923. Yeah, this is Tommy from Tommy's Arcades, and hey, I'm living the 16-bit friggin' dream.
Oh, Dead Alive Last breath of water. Gotta love those Tommy tomatoes. Mr. Harmonica May. Hey everybody, welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. It's getting really late over here. It's almost midnight in the next sewer. Gather around, boys and girls, as it gets dark. The whole world is, the unraveling is happening. And it's currently happening a lot today with words. I think the words are in a state of almost complete unraveledness. They're on the floor already. They're just... Words don't mean anything anymore. I don't think they do. like words. Like what does a house mean today? It used to mean like bricks and logs and wood. Now it's like drywall. It's like powder. It's not even really. Is it a house still? If it's made of dust, is it a house? You know, there's all these like those drugs they give to for your brain, like Miralax and stuff. That shit, they don't know how it works, but you do shit a lot. Speaking of shitting a lot, did you ever hear? I want to hear this little clip. Somebody just posted this on X. Rest in peace, X. I'm gonna stop using you when you cost 5 cents a month. You just want my credit card information. Adam Curry was right.
I was right. The guy who called in, he was a little too excited, but there was really good-looking girls running out of there with their hands over their heads.
Yeah, I'd say the bomb teams are still working.
Did those kids try to have sex with any of the good-looking girls? They didn't even do that. At least if you're going to go kill yourself and kill all the kids, like, why wouldn't you have some sex?
Yeah, I would think that I would want some sex.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to kill some people, I'd take them out with some sex.
I guess they were getting a rush from what they were doing.
They said when these guys were really against the good-looking girls because the good-looking girls wouldn't pay attention to them. I think the good-looking girls would be begging them to live, and they go, "You don't have to beg because you're going to be dead in a minute."
Yeah, don't cry because you're
don't cry. Yeah, I was right.
Wow. Remember that? Remember that guy? Now, also Russell Brand. I feel like he raped me. I feel like I've been raped by Russell Brand before. I don't know how or where or when. I just feel like it happened. I think it's his crazy eyes. His Manson-esque eyes. It just feels like he's I feel like I've been definitely raped by him. But I feel like I've been raped by a lot of people. But they're still able to make money on YouTube. And they don't get letters sent to China asking them to get demonetized on TikTok. Very strange. But yeah, life is weird. Words like voodoo dolls and stuff. Witches use voodoo dolls. They'd make little representations of people they didn't like. They would stab them. But now we do that today with like sex dolls and stuff. We don't use pins and needles to stab them anymore, but we use pencils. Let's see if there's anybody on the phone lines. 917-719-5923. If you're a big booty witch, give a call.
Fuck Dr. Sir, my God. This is Kev Bot.
What? That's not Kev Bot. Don't disgrace his good name.
AKA Terry from Philly. Fuck Dr. Sir, my God.
Hey, Nick. Oh no. Oh shit, no. The sewer is not flowing. Oh no, what are we? Never mind. Pour it away. Piss into the sewer. Keep it flowing. Why the fuck did you hang up on me?
Talking about witches or something.
Yeah.
Hey, heard you talk about witches or something.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Maybe I can call that.
What? I'm so confused right now.
Fuck Dr. Sir, my God. Fuck Dr. Sir, my God.
Hey, you said
hello.
leave a message on your...
What?
What's that?
Please,
hey.
Leave a message.
Sorry, that was me earlier. Oh, man. What is with these weird messages?
I've
I don't want to leave a message. I'm just going to stay on the phone right now.
You could stay on the do you know caller, do you know about witchery? Dickory Dock?
I might have been called a witch a few times in my life.
Now, are there any bad witches out there? Or are all the witches good now?
I mean, I've met some bad witches, I guess.
You have met
People
some bad
practice
witches?
things that I think might be a little, unethical or something. But that's just my opinion.
Have you ever seen bad witchery going on? Like you were like, I gotta get out of here. This is a bad witch.
Yeah, actually.
Can you tell us?
I was with these people, and they were talking about, their practices and things like that, and I thought it'd be fun to come over and kick it with them and have a little ceremony with them, but I don't know how open I can talk about some of these things here, but
I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Let's just say we're partaking in some fun things, but they gave me things that were not. They didn't stay. They gave me some stuff, and it wasn't what they said that it was. And long story short, I got really sick and was up for days. And
was Russell Brand there? Was Russell Brand involved in this?
No.
Okay, let's put that out there. So what are some good?
But that was them, and yeah, I got the fuck out of there and didn't have anything to do with those people anymore. I realized they had no idea what they were talking about, and they were just full of poop.
Now, did you leave a witch bottle near their house?
No.
Because I heard if you
I may have threatened them a little bit on a spiritual level, I guess you can say.
With like a witch knife? Or a witch gun?
Words that cut. Words that cut and pierce.
You cursed them. You cursed them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Huh. What
I mean,
what are some
I
good
didn't
witch
want them to hurt anybody,
I understand.
And but they said that the person who was involved with that substance, who gave it to them or whatever, that they went to jail. And it was like some really messed up stuff. Like I have kits and test kits and stuff, and I took a little bit home because I was like, something ain't right. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Was it Genkum? One time I got some bad Genkum.
Oh man!
I like the fresh Genkum.
Oh, fresh! You gotta wait till it ferments.
Well, a little bit. But this was like it smelled like a 20-year Genkum. It was
You think people really do Jenkum, or is that just like some kind of like myth?
I think people probably do it. I've seen some people's houses, like hoarders and stuff. They probably just hoard their.
There are people that save their poop.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And their pee. Ooh.
They're making witch bottles. Maybe it's like a modern day witch bottle.
No, I don't think that's what they're doing at all.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah. I guess. I feel like it's all about, like, your intentions, I mean, the words that we speak every day are like spells that we create with our consciousness. Like how we talk to ourselves and the things we talk about, Like, people that are like...
We're building
it's like that negative self-talk, and
we're building our own
speaking
universe
into existence that vibration of being within themselves.
We do make our own dimensions and universes within ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, everybody has their own version of reality in their head, and how they see the world.
Have you ever? I don't know if I could ask you this.
You can ask me anything.
Have you ever made a witch cake, or is there like really good stuff that witches bake? What do witches cook? I'm just a little hungry. I'm stoned.
Jeez. I made some things we call it a witch's brew.
What's in there?
Mushrooms.
Ooh.
And maybe some herbs and whatever fun little substance you want to throw in there and have all together into a little witch's brew, and you drink on that throughout the night. Everybody's witch's brew can be a little different, and then there's like when you're cooking. When I'm cooking, I just like to say positive things to the food. Put all my love into it, so that when I eat it, I'm like consuming that high vibrational food instead of like a low vibrational food that's like cooked with anger and hate. Like, when you go out and you eat at a restaurant and the cook back there is just pissed off. He's had quite a night. He's throwing dishes and screaming at everybody. Like that food, he hates his job, doesn't get paid enough. His boss is a jerk. That food that you're eating isn't going to have like the same vibration.
Gonna have hate.
Like food that like. Yeah, I don't want to eat all that hate.
Hate waves. Is there a good ritual to do before you drink witch's brew? Is there any, or do you just chug it? You just gulp.
I mean, sometimes I like to, if I'm like home alone and I'm meditating and I have like a purpose of drinking it, I might focus on that, like what it is that I'm like working through and meditating on, and I might like pray over it a little bit in a sense.
We need witches in the healthcare industry. They're like,
oh my gosh, we need to stop giving the same people control of our food and our health.
It's very
and
true.
Our medicine.
We need
those,
witches.
What was that?
We need witches. I want to go to a witch doctor. Damn it.
Yeah.
Why won't my insurance?
Oh my God. I had a doctor tell me, like, talk down to me because I was having a bunch of intestinal problems and I was juicing. I like stopped eating and I was just juicing because it hurt to eat. And I'm telling the doctor, hey, it hurts to eat, so I'm juicing. And he like just completely had no respect for me after that. And was really rude to me, like really looked down on me for juicing, for using a juicer. I'm like, yo, man, I'm trying to get nutrients here, like giving my intestines and my stomach a break by not having it hard to digest foods, and I'm just consuming juice for the moment.
Maybe he was a blender man.
What was that?
Maybe he liked to use. Maybe he's a blender salesman.
Man, I feel like some doctors just they're there for their ego and they want to feel important. And if you start talking about anything else, like taking supplements and taking your health in your own hands and natural remedies, I mean, they just lose their head over that. They don't. And it's like they're personally hurt by it.
And they all
like
hang out
traumatized
in
by the thought of someone taking herbs and medicines from the earth.
And they
get really upset.
They hang out in cults with each other and they pump each other up and they say, I had somebody come in and talk about taking herbs for something that I was going to give them some other stuff that I don't know what it does, and then they start spreading those rumors about herbs, and then it's in their minds, and then we need witch doctors. We need to get rid of the what is it, AAD, American Dental Association. But then again, maybe we should get the sadists to be dentists, or they already are, or the Philistines. I'm high.
You've been smoking some dabs?
I'm smoking this vape juice. I don't know what's in here. I think it's Jenkum. Okay. Ugh. Are you getting dressed up for Halloween?
I am. I don't know what I'm going to be just yet, but I've got a lot of costumes. I'm gonna be getting dressed up. I called last time when I was on my way to a psytrance party, and ironically enough, I'm packing yet again for a psytrance party.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be getting dressed up there. I have this Luna moth outfit that's handmade, and the wings have L wire in them, and they light up. It's pretty cool. I might be a Luna moth for Halloween, but
a Luna moth.
I'm gonna go as a witch for the psytrance party.
Whoa, Luna moths are cool.
Yeah, they're freaking awesome. They love black lights.
If I saw that in my house, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Bring your friends.
Yeah, when I've worn the Luna moth costume at a party in the woods before, and I'm walking through the woods as high as a kite, and somebody stopped me, and they're like, "Oh my God, you have a..." And I did. I had a trail of moths following me everywhere I went, and they were like, I probably had like 20 moths like stuck to me on the back side of me. I had no idea they were there. One of them was a Luna moth.
They thought you were the queen.
Like the what?
They thought you were the queen. They're like, there she goes. She's the queen. Jump on.
Yeah, I was. I was definitely the queen of the moths at that party.
I'm looking at a small emperor moth right now. This thing is trippy as fuck.
Oh,
it's got eyeballs. Patterns.
Oh yeah, the like a Polystenias moth, or I can't pronounce it. With the eyeballs.
It looks
on
like
the
an
two
angel.
sides.
It's crazy looking. It's like watching me.
Oh, you got one in your house?
Well, on my computer screen. Luckily, I could turn that one off there. Okay, it's okay. He's not watching me no more. Oh. Caller?
Yeah, I really like moths. They're like ghost butterflies of the night.
Have you ever had a pet cat?
I have a cat. She showed up at my house, sleeping in my garage, and then she wanted in. I was like, all right, you can live here now. Her name is
it a tabby?
Princess Meow Meow Kitty Face the Third.
Princess Meow Meow.
AKA Baby Girl.
That's like 8 syllables. That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of words. Oh, Meow Meow Kitty Face. She's the best cat ever.
You have to have something shorter than Meow Meow Kitty Face Princess the Third, Part 2.
Yeah, she goes by Oh Meow Meow, or Meow Meow, or Meow, or Kitty. I don't know. I just call her all kinds of different things. She responds to Meow Meow. She likes that word. I let her live here because she, when she came in, she was really respectful of my altar.
You didn't fuck with your witch
Which
shit. She was like, hey.
Yeah. It's got a bunch of really cool rocks and stuff on it, and I don't want her messing with it, and she's pretty good about it. She, like, understands it, and one time I had a kid over, and the kid, like, touched the stuff on the altar, and my cat got on the altar and, like, pushed the things that she had touched. It was just, like, this one little area. Pushed it off. Like, showing me, like, all right, Mom, you got to clean this kid. Because I told that kid, I was like, don't touch anything right here, and I'll leave the room. And, of course, I was, like, laying in bed. I had this gut feeling, and I got up out of bed and went down the hall, and I looked, and the kid was, like, right there touching the stuff. I was like, what are you doing? And the mom was in the shower, so.
You should have hit him with a witch bottle right in his head. Bang.
Steal his soul and put it in a bottle and keep it up on my shelf.
You could do it. If you think it, you could do it. Anything's possible.
Yeah, I do believe that.
Caller?
There's way more possibilities than what we could ever imagine.
Can I just say, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and we're going to have to end the show soon, so would you like to say some magic words to all million people listening right now? Whoa. Hexwell, like an A6. Whoa. I'm really high right now. Okay, that's what everybody's tuning in to hear me say how high I am. Well, let's just wrap the show up here. What we've learned tonight is very, very easy. It's very easy. Listen to the show again, and you could figure it out. I have no idea what we learned at all tonight. We learned a lot of stuff that was so far beyond my comprehension. Just trying to find words that fit together like little Lego pieces. We do need to change this. We need to be more open to changing the system. I think people get scared. Words change, and we have to find a level playing field so we all understand the rules, and we could work together. There's a lot of too much anger in people when they hear words that don't make sense to them. They get angry, even if there's no reason behind it. But then the problem is, if they get angry, then the person that gave them the words that didn't mean to get them angry get angry too, and then there's just a big old fight. So we need to work together. We need to get all the witch power of the past. We need to bring the Cersei. We need to bring the good stuff. And ignore the one or two rotten goatsies out there shitting all over it. We have to work together. We have to join hands. Oh, maybe you don't want to do that because some people got really gross hands. We just want to join words. We need our words to connect. There's too much breakage in the words and the power over the words, and we need to all just reset our dictionaries in our brain and evolve as a community. We'll be back next week with more Nick the Rat Radio. Same time, same place. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's pretty late. I'm not that drunk. The alcohol level in water is very low. But, you know. Good night, everybody. I'll see you next time or something. You know. Somebody turn the lights off. Is it? They hit this way. We need to save some energy down here. Did you hear they found that lithium stockpile in America? Wonder if that's why we're goofing around so much, because we're sitting on like a landmine of clean pollution or some shit. No. Anyway, maybe we'll talk about that more next week. Let's listen to Jay Dulva with Sunny Afternoon. Good night, America. Maybe Canada, Mexico, France, Australia, Mars.
The taxman's taken all my dough and left me in this stately home, blazing on a sunny afternoon, and I can't sail my yacht. He's taken everything I've got. All I've got's this sunny afternoon. Save me, save me, save me from this squeeze. Got a big fat mama trying to break me, and I'd love to live so pleasantly, live this life of luxury, blazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime, my girlfriend's run off with my car and going back to her ma and pa, telling tales of drunkenness and cruelty. Now I'm sitting here, sipping on my ice cold beer, blazing on this sunny afternoon. Help me, help me, help me sail away. Or give me 2 good reasons why I ought to stay. And I'd love to live so pleasantly, live this life of luxury, blazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime. Save me, save me, save me from this squeeze. I got a big fat mama trying to save me, and I'd love to live so pleasantly, live this life of luxury, sailing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime.
North and south and west and east. Devil's brother, mark me well. Prepare my throne for me in hell. Readmit me to the feast. With this cup, we seal our vow. Long remembered, long be known. Greet me, priestess, as your own. I bring you the steward